Hello, everybody. You listening to the Fair Weather Podcast. Your boy 2K Suave. I'm here with my dog Alex Rodriguez, and we are back for another edition of the Fair Weather Podcast. It's the middle of the month. I don't know if y'all realize, but the year is basically over. Like, you got to get your shit together. Like, it's coming. Like December is going by really fast for me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it's creeping up. Almost end of the year. Almost beginning of the new year.
That's
so
crazy. Like
okay,
2023, y'all.
Get your shit together.
All right. So just a quick recap of my day yesterday. I had a annoying day at work, right? But I remember I told you in my kickball league, right? It was game one. It was a game opening round of the playoffs for our kickball team, for the team. And I was running to home. This time my hamstring didn't mess up. So I'm like, yes. I hit home base, and then the guy tags me, and the ump called me out. And that was in the first inning. So I want to ask you from a baseball perspective, because I never played baseball, right? Like, because you've obviously played. Like, if something like that happens to you early, right, does it throw you off the whole time? Because the whole rest of the game, I was so mad because I knew I was home. But I was like, you robbing me of a run. We lost by a run, by the way. We lost by one run. So like it came back, and it just every inning, I had errors. I missed the ball altogether one time. It was crazy.
Damn, you got caught up in the moment.
I did.
Yeah, me, I don't let things like that bother me, to be honest with you.
Like a bad call, like a really bad call.
It's happened. I mean, there's been plays where I've been called out, sliding in the second or coming home, either or. Even in when I played softball, like there've been times that a lot of different leagues in Tampa and in softball. So some co-ed ones where you go up and you hit a home run, and then the guy behind him follows and hits a home run. They call him out automatically because of
you can't go guy.
Yeah, so it's tough. I mean, I understand that. So
bro, I was hot. Bro, I was like, I just couldn't snap out of it, man. I don't know, man. Like I psyched myself out.
I've always been the kind of person that where stuff like that, I let it fuel me to do better and make me more. I remember, prime example, my old softball team, we had a guy playing short who could not play short, and I've never played shortstop in my life. That's requires too much athletic ability.
Yeah, it's a lot of athleticism.
I'm athletic, but I'm not the most athletic person. But
you could be a 41-year-old shortstop making college career money. So
you could, but
that's the dream.
Competitive. I don't like to waste my nights to go out to lose on purpose. That's just not me. I have a competitive nature.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my shortstop kept missing balls being hit to them that were easily fieldable and easy outs. So I moved him to the outfield, and I told him I'm taking over short. And first play was hit to me. I got it, threw him out to first. Second play, he tried to hit it in the hole. I got it, and I threw him out at first. The next one hit a pop-up. I got 3 outs right at shortstop, and I felt like an all-star after that. After that, nothing was getting past.
That's a great feeling.
And I was locked down for that game. I mean, the team we played was pretty good. I'm pretty sure we ended up losing, but nothing was getting past me. I was making sure I was like sacrificing my body and diving and shit. But I mean, you just gotta keep your head in the moment and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I know. That's like
next season.
Oh nah, I ain't gonna be no next season. You know what I'm gonna do? Now that I got back into playing like some kind of competitive thing again, I'm gonna find a rec basketball team league and do that. Because that's my sport. You know what I mean? Like when I throw the ball to like first base, second base, whatever, they all make fun of me because I throw it like a basketball pass. Like I'm like, yo, but it's all the time. It's my natural instinct. I don't know how to. This is what I go into. So, yeah, just a quick little update on my athletic career. I struck out playing kickball. It's insane. All right. We had a very interesting weekend of sports, specifically with NFL and the World Cup. We're not going to really talk basketball today, but, like Golden State beat Boston. Like this, some stuff is happening in basketball. but we're not focused on basketball right now.
Yeah, I
Uh,
could talk about basketball all day, but I
I
mean, yeah,
know it's
let's
just right
next week.
now
Next
there's
week
too
we got
much
basketball.
important football, soccer. The free agency market in baseball has been like, wow, he went where? Like, so it's been keeping basketball in the back burner for a little bit. Also, hockey. Shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning. There's a lot of really good teams in the league this year. So anyway, Thursday was the Baker Mayfield game. So we kick off week 14 with the most miraculous shit we've ever seen. Like, what the hell was that?
We've been waiting for Baker. We've been waiting to see from Baker.
How the hell, in less than 48 hours of being signed to the team, he already knows the playbook and shit? He's like, I'm like, bro, how is he doing this? Because he didn't look that good at first, and he got bailed out by some stupid boneheaded plays by the Rams. But the one that pissed me off the most was that they were like they played press coverage on the last play of the game. Like it's fourth and you got to score, and they played press coverage instead of you don't play press coverage on somebody who runs a 4.340. Like it's stupid. What are you doing? So that wasn't even a play that he needed to know from the playbook. That was just that's common sense. So I give him the fact that he is a baller. As far as like a football player, like I still don't think he's a good quarterback, but he's one of those guys that are just they're ballers. Like they don't give a damn.
Yeah,
They just they
Baker
play with torn shoulders and shit like idiots.
Baker's got that dog in him. I think I've always thought he's a good quarterback, but I just think he gets in his head too much. I think going to Cleveland is a shit ton of pressure. Like they've been waiting for the second coming of the Messiah of a quarterback forever. And how many quarterbacks have gone through like in the past 20 years, like 30, 40, something crazy. So he took him to the playoffs. I mean, I'm not saying he was the greatest player on that team. There was definitely parts on that team that helped, but he was definitely a
I don't
serviceable
even
quarterback.
think he's top 10 player on that team.
Well, shit, that's debatable.
Nick Chubb
Um,
automatically, Miles Garrett automatically. Like it's
yeah,
like
absolutely. Let's not break down the team, but I'm
yeah.
I'm just trying to say that I think that he's a good quarterback, and I think going to Cleveland was tough. I think all the media endorsements out the gate for the guy like really fucked with his head. The whole Duke Johnson thing first day there, the team was like, "Yo, chill with that." Then the team bought into the Baker thing. Then the whole OBJ thing happened, and there was turmoil in the on the team. Then you go to a team like the Panthers, and
There's no pressure there.
identity crisis though. It's a
There's
team with
no
identity.
pressure, man. They just trying to. They're a bad football organization right now. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
GM sucks. The coaching is terrible.
They, they are, but at the same time, it's like you would think a guy like Baker Mayfield would be the guy to start, but then they got PJ Walker, who's doing really good, and he takes his job. And then
Yeah.
Sam Darnold comes back, like, well, Sam Darnold's going to take your job now. We're going to cut you. Like
But that's
that shit.
Baker's fault.
That is Baker's fault. At
And
the
he
same
did.
time,
He
that's
actually
what I
asked.
say.
He asked to be cut. So to his
Yeah,
defense,
and I
he
and
want to
I
play.
think
He don't want to be third string.
yeah, and I think he's a guy who gets in his head too much. That's his thing. And like right now, John Walford ain't going to take your job, and the other guy, Bryce, whatever his name is, Price, whatever, he ain't going to take your job.
Yeah.
Like it's Baker's team now to the end of the season, and the Rams ain't going anywhere.
It's a good
So
sample size. The Rams are not going to make the playoffs, but it's a good sample size to see what they have because they can offer him a nice backup. I mean, Stafford is getting old, so it's not
yeah,
like like he's having like issues with his shoulders, his arms, and stuff like that. Like that doesn't just go away. You're a quarterback. You need to throw the football. So
he's
Baker
old.
can
He's
be
old.
in line for like a Ryan Fitzpatrick kind of role.
Yeah,
Like
or a guy who's waiting in the looms for something to happen that you can just take over. Like it's perfect. It's the perfect thing for you to have for Baker. Perfect place for Baker to fall to, in my
I
opinion.
think he becomes the next Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's a kind of a funny guy, kind of a ego, chip on his shoulder, rah rah. And I feel like there's always going to be a team that wants him in the locker room, even if he's going 4-10 or whatever. If they need a bridge quarterback, he's going to sell tickets. He's going to get people to want to come to the team, and then you bring who you want. You draft with who you want to draft or whatever. So I think that's the role that he played Thursday night is going to be the role that he's going to be for the rest of his career. Is he's the best backup in the league. That he becomes. That's what he's going to become. So which was Ryan Fitzpatrick for 15 years. So I know it's the number one overall pick, so it's kind of weird, but
Sucks to suck.
this is what you carved out. So yeah, but it was nonetheless impressive, impressive fourth quarter and all that stuff. Again, and then on the flip side, the Raiders, man, is Josh McDaniels a good coach? Or like is he a good coach?
All that talent and can't produce.
Or is it Derek Carr?
I don't want to put it on Derek Carr. I do and I do. It's 50. It's like Tom Brady and Bucks, I would say. Say Tom Brady and Derek Carr's had to go through so many coaches, man. It's like his fourth coach that he's been there in playbooks.
He's a professional.
He is a professional, but you got to take that into consideration too sometimes, man. Like, I don't know. I like Derek Carr. There's just games where I see him throw it all out there and still lose. Like, we could have the same conversation where he throws for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and they lose by a field goal. So yeah. I don't really put it on Derek Carr. I put it more on the coaching is what I would put it on, because he has excellent games and he has subpar games. But most of his games are, I would say, at least mediocre, 50% most of the time.
I don't know. Like, I always feel like I see a lot more bad than good when I watch his games. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but so this regular season, he's 62% completion percentage, which is bad right now. In this era of football, that's down to be bottom 5. 3,100 yards, 20 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 89.4 quarterback rating. It's average. That's literally what he is. To me, he's just very average. And now he's blessed with the fact that he has Devontae Adams, who he can just he's over there and he'll catch everything. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think Derek Carr is a good quarterback, and I don't think McDaniel. I don't know if he can. I don't know, man. Like, being an offensive coordinator is cool, but it's not head coach. Like, you're the CEO of the players, basically. Like, you run all that stuff down there. I don't know if he's built for that.
Yeah, I don't either. We saw what happened in Denver when he was there. He had a winning season, I think his first season, and then it just shit the bed.
Went downhill. Got fired in the middle of the season.
I mean, we'll see. Maybe it's his second year and tuning of the players and things like that. Who knows, man? But he's got they got to keep Josh Jacobs, man. Josh Jacobs woke up this year because it's contract year.
Where did that come from? Nobody saw this coming.
But contract, I always say this with players, when it's contract year, they're going to play their hearts out, man.
I got to remember that for fantasy next year.
I do it every year. I'm like, is it contract year? I'm like, getting this guy, man, because I know he needs to get paid.
Secrets on the Fairweather podcast.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs, man, he's always had it. Like, he's got that dog mentality, but
he's an Alabama player.
He is, but like first year, what a stud. And then second year was like, okay, your second year it was okay. And then everything after that was like, well, we're gonna get a running back to replace you. And it's like, damn, you're really gonna get rid of Josh Jacobs like that? You're gonna forget about him? And then he said, hold my beer, I'm gonna show you why I'm still good. So yeah, they've definitely got to find a way to keep him. Devontae Adams is great, no matter what. The defense, they got Chandler Jones and they got your boy Max Crosby.
That's two amazing defensive players, and the defense be doing stupid shit.
Yeah, there's no secondary though. There's literally no secondary. Yeah, there.
They gotta address that in the draft this year.
They gotta address the secondary, and they gotta address the linebackers. They went and got a secondary in the first round, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't remember.
The kid from Northwestern or whatever, the safety. I could have swore.
God, what was his name?
Coig or something like that.
Yeah, like Morrig. Trevor Morrig, something like that.
Yeah, I think they got him, but yeah, there's a lot of things they got to address, and I still think the Chucky thing is still hanging over a little bit. So give it a year to fizzle out, and then
I don't think so. I think Versace got that stuff out of it at the end of the year.
I think you and I both preach this. They fucked up. They shouldn't have let the head coach.
Bro, that man was a dog, bro. He got that locker room like this. Like that was. But Al Davis, he got to make the big hire, the splashy hire. He's like Jerry Jones. That's what they do. So I don't know. It's just what's
Um,
is it Al? What's Al Davis's son's name?
who knows? They both look alike. They both look goofy. Um, but
Mark Davis. Mark Davis.
yeah, man, the Raiders. We thought that division was going to be competitive, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's running away with the Chiefs, and yeah, I don't know. Oh, and another thing from that game, Jalen Ramsey. I don't think he's him anymore.
Oh, this is a conversation that's been had. Like I talked to me and my coworkers had that conversation last week. We're like, yeah, he's not number one anymore. Like, no, I don't think he's playing with the same intensity because his team is bad. You know what I mean?
I
But
think so.
at the same time, my man's been slipping since the Super Bowl. No, since Mike Evans caught that bomb on him, then the Super Bowl, he got destroyed by T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
Well, you remember the shit talking he was giving Devontae Adams when he was in what was it, Green Bay? Right. He was like, he never caught a touchdown. I mean, then he did that quick little slant to get the touchdown on him.
Back, yeah.
I mean, that was whatever. That was inevitable to happen. It was what a yard to get, but
yeah, it was at the end, like a 1 or 2 yard line. I remember that.
Yeah, it was whatever. But I mean, you knew he was going to show out. You knew he was going to come for blood. So
no, Jalen. Sorry, Jalen. You're not the guy no more. Like there's a boy in Denver, Pat Surtain. Dog.
There's a boy where?
In Denver, Pat Surtain.
Where?
In Denver.
There's a boy in New York that's really.
I was gonna get to Sauce, bro. Let me start with the West, and I was like, "Where's my way East?" There's a boy in Denver. There's that boy in New York. Both of them boys in New York. There's some cats in Florida. I mean, there's some corners out there that I mean, there's a cat in Philadelphia, maybe 2.
There's 2 in
maybe 3.
Maybe 1 healthy.
Yeah, 1 healthy. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he's not him no more. So.
All right, let's go to another game. I don't want to stick on these 2 trash ass teams.
Like, these 2 West Coast.
It was a good game, though. It was a really good game.
All right. The funny game of the week to me, though, was the 49ers versus the Bucks, man. So I don't normally go out to watch football. I like to just keep to myself. I watched the Eagles spank up the Giants. So the 4 o'clock games, I'm feeling myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm going out. So I go to what's that place called? Bar Howard. That place is God. I'm so tired of Soho. I don't know why I went, but I went to Bar Howard, and it's filled with Bucks fans everywhere, and they crying, and I'm laughing at the TV. I'm like, yo, because I'm like, yo, this is what I expected. They spanked them like they curb stomped
them, man. Like redheaded stepchildren.
Right. So my question for that one is, are the Bucks that bad, or is San Francisco just that good? If you had to weigh one way heavy more,
I would say the Bucks are that bad. I think they're just not on the same page. Everybody's not on the same page. Yeah. We've been pushing this all season, man.
I told y'all in the summer.
All season.
I told y'all during the summer, this does not smell good.
It does not smell good. You're right. I don't think Tom Brady really wants to be there.
Oh, hell no. He's already weighing his options.
Exactly. I was gonna say, you saw, like, he's saying,
come on, man.
He's not gonna be there. I think, you know my hot take. I think he wants to go to Las Vegas.
That's bro. We on the same accord. I'm like,
I think he wants to go.
I was like, Derek Carr's having this kind of a season, and Devontae Adams is there. Oh, he going to Las Vegas. Josh McDaniels is his former offensive coordinator shit. Definitely going to the Raiders. We can put that on December 14th. We said this shit.
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen. So
it's going to, man. It would make sense. But I mean, if you got a player like Mike Evans, that's what I don't get.
What's wrong with their relationship?
I don't know, man. Like I don't get it. I'm not one to sit there and like dive deep into everything, but it just doesn't, like, I remember when Tom first got there, he was Evans everywhere.
Perfect, yeah.
Evans everywhere. And if Evans wasn't open, it was down the middle to Godwin every time. And it worked. And when those guys got hurt, the little guys stepped up and they did their thing. But Tom's underthrowing guys. Yeah. Tom's connecting. Tom's not even looking at Evans. Again, the first half, I think he looked at Evans twice.
Yeah.
And I know the 49ers got a good defense, but that game against the Saints, when I watched that thing live and left early like an idiot, dude, he could not hit him. And like that should be your guy right there. Without Marshawn
And
Lattimore,
Marshawn wasn't on the field, yeah.
be hitting that guy in stride every play. But I don't know. The Bucks they're a headache, man. They're a headache to watch because so much
They're
talent.
boring as shit because they don't, bro. They've only scored over 22 points twice this season or something like that. Once or twice this season, like that. Come on, man.
Like Brady's like passing yards are good. Like when you look at his passing yards, they're good
because he throws 59 times a game because they don't know how to run the ball no more.
No, I know that, but still, his passing numbers are good. His completion percentage is down, but it's insane to think that 1 year, only 1 year, and he's like fell off a cliff.
Hey, like, that's how it happens.
It does.
Every great quarterback falls off of a cliff. Like, bro, Peyton Manning, the year they won the Super Bowl and he retired, he got benched for Brock Osweiler. Okay, Brock Osweiler took his job. Peyton Manning, what to me the GOAT for real. I'm gonna keep that to myself. They he got hurt a little bit, and they said, "Yo, just sit this shit out for the rest of the season." Brock Osweiler, like it was actually a question: should they start Brock Osweiler in the Super Bowl over Peyton Manning? That was a real question at that time. Off of a cliff, Brett Favre.
But at the same time, he went out in stride. He went out in the sunset and knew it was time to call it a career.
Yeah, bro, smart. Well, you know you got that kind of defense. I'm like, yo, I might just dog it this year, but they gonna carry me home. They gonna carry me. I'm gonna get this ring. I'm done. I don't know, but Tom. Wait, first of all, we talking about Tom going to Las Vegas. Do we really think he's gonna play another season at 46?
Yeah, fuck yeah. He's not dating anybody. He's not married anymore.
Bro, his wife was holding him back that bad.
Tom is a natural competitor, man. And if you win a Super Bowl and you get really close and you gotta you feel like you got more in the tank, like I think Tom is a competitor like that.
They're going backwards right now. They won the Super Bowl. The year after that, they lost in the divisional round. The year after that, they're 6-7.
But still won't make the playoffs, and still it's Tom Brady in the playoffs. Like that's still
Are we
scary.
sure? Are we sure? They play Cincinnati this week. Bro, that's another L.
I thought they were gonna choke, bro. And those fuckers they're a question mark.
Cincinnati's gonna whoop that ass.
They probably will. But
Joey B.
I still wouldn't be surprised if Tom
Brady. You saw how Brock Purdy, young Mr. Irrelevant, looked up to Tom Brady and then went and dogged him, right? Everyone's been comparing Joe Burrow to Tom Brady already. Joe Burrow gonna go in there here and just dog him. Same shit. Joey B. We talk about Joe Burrow, bro.
It is what it is, man. I'm just saying it's Tom Brady still, man. Like
it's not Tom Brady. This is Thomas. That's not Tom no more. That's Thomas.
Whatever, bro. The dude wins. Like that Saints game was in the bag for the Saints, and he came.
That's the Saints' fault. But that's the Saints' fault. They do stupid shit.
He still won the fucking game at the same time.
They did stupid shit. That's the Saints' fault.
So did the fucking
the Rams too.
Yeah.
Stupid. That's 2 more losses he should have right now. The Bucks are terrible. The 49ers, they're good. I really do think they're really good. Like they're really good team.
I think they're a good team too, even with Brock Purdy there. Like Brock Purdy's
it's the same offense. Just dump it off to him, dump it off to him. Most simple.
You don't gotta be flashy. You don't gotta be flashy. And everybody thinks as you get a quarterback, he's got to go out there and be super flashy. I mean, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl with the Ravens, and he was the most unflashiest quarterback I've ever seen play the game.
Super Bowl, dump it off here, toss it over here.
Exactly, and they got guys that know how to run slant routes and 15-yard routes, and that's all you
Rex Grossman once made the Super Bowl. We talk about Sexy Rexy once made a Super Bowl.
Not Sexy Rex, that's just Rex Grossman.
Unsexy Rexy made a Super Bowl.
Was a blob, man.
Like, come on, man.
I mean, it's there, but yeah, man. I think the Bucks are just really, really bad, and their record shows it. The division shows it. Like, you should be running away with that division.
That shit's
And the
funny
fact
as
that
hell, man.
the fact that they lose a game every week, when another team wins, they're like every week, like the teams won, like we still have a chance. You're telling me there's a chance
But
still.
bruh, the Falcons should have been took him, and Carolina should have already took him too. Carolina has a tie. Carolina has a tiebreaker right now. If Carolina wins that second game, they got the tiebreaker over the Bucks. Embarrassing shit, dog. We just made fun of that organization to open the show about how horrible of an organization they are, and they still have a chance to win their division. So, football, sports.
Sports ball, man. Yeah, Bucks suck, man. I don't care what the Bucks fans say. Get off your high horse. You guys are trash.
All right, another game I wanted to just get out the way. Detroit and Minnesota.
You called it.
How is Detroit favored in that game,
I
right?
called it. I'm pretty sure I picked.
I don't remember actually, and I don't really care. First of all, Vegas is insane. They knew Detroit was going to win that game. They opened up like with Detroit winning that game. They don't have no. Go look at the Vikings record, right? They're second in the NFC right now, and they're being outscored this season. They're in the negative. Like, they've given up more points than they've scored, and they're 10-3 and second in the NFC. Like, it doesn't make sense. And you called it with Dan Campbell, right? Yeah, you called it with Dan. That team, man,
they'd run through a wall for that man.
Bro, Jameson Williams off of ACL surgery. First game, first catch, touchdown.
Second game.
No, that's his first game.
Second game. That was the second game because I had him in fantasy last week and he didn't do anything. Second game.
His first catch.
First catch, yeah.
His first catch ever is a touchdown. You know what I mean? So, damn, like that's some shit and then to end the game on third down, they have to get the first down, right? On 3rd and 8, they throw the ball to Penei Sewell, bro. Like the dynamite tackle for the Detroit Lions, 368 pounds. They dump it off to him, 8-yard game, first down, game over. Like that, Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell is for real. Like, you know who I can compare Dan Campbell to, and I'm not trying to be like a homer or anything. That's Nick Sirianni. He's the same way. Like, I watch all of the press conferences. I watch all the locker room shit. Nick Sirianni, like, we're 12-1 because of Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts. And Howie Roseman, actually, too. But Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts are, like, they bounce off of each other, like, really well. And I look at Jared Goff. He's the same way. He's real quiet, to himself, chill. And Dan Campbell's rah, rah, rah. Jalen Hurts, chill, calm, just collected. And Nick Sirianni's like yelling in the crowd, like he's crazy. So I think when you have that kind of that yin and yang kind of relationship with your coach, I think it just works together. And when you're that type of person, the defense, even though they're not that good, they're gonna try. Like, they're gonna make that extra play if they have to. Like, it inspires the whole team to play well. The offensive line is gonna block better. It's like, Jamal Williams is going to get into the end zone 11 times, 12 times, 13, whatever times this year. So, I don't know, man. I think Detroit's better than Minnesota. If you want to be honest, I think Detroit's better than Minnesota.
I'm a huge Dan Campbell fan. You already know that, man. That Hard Knocks, watching him on Hard Knocks was like humbling to see the way that he coaches. He hates cutting players. That's gut wrenching to him.
You got to have an attachment to them.
It happened to him. Miami gave up on him as a head coach, and then he got the right tutelage under Sean Payton and got this opportunity. So Dan Campbell is an emotional coach, and I don't want to be a homer either. Like, I could compare him, for me, would be like Sexy Rexy. I see a lot of Sexy Rexy. Dan Campbell is in his own field. Like, Dan Campbell is weird. Dan Campbell's like that anime kid that everybody gets along with at school. He's super weird, but his coaching style, like, he's like that boss that you want. He's that boss that, like, doesn't micromanage you. He just knows that I need this. I need you to do this. He's like,
And he's
you're
engaged with his workers.
he's engaged with them. Like he's there for them. Open door policy
Yeah.
nonstop with them. And just like they'll run through a wall for him, he'll run through a wall for them. Like he's
He'll
doing
run through two walls for his players. That's
yeah,
how much he loves those
he
guys.
was doing the workouts with his players. He
Yeah.
was doing them so he's
Doing
like
up downs. He was doing
yeah.
20, 30 up. You know how, first of all, you never done an up down before in the heat on the grass in full pads. They're not comfortable at all. Like it's like we used to get punished by doing up downs and gassers. So like they're not cool, and your coach is doing it with you 25 times. Hey,
That's the guy I want to play for. I would want to play for him. And he's
yeah.
making Detroit cool again to come play for. And I like
Cool
seeing
again.
that.
When was it cool?
It was, I mean, when
It's
Megatron
never
was
been cool to play for the Lions.
it hasn't, but
I
still,
grew
like
up in Detroit, and I'm not a Lions fan for a reason. And we had Barry Sanders, and I could not
it is
support that team.
it is the Lions, but it's still like, I mean, they had their time, and it's unfortunate, but he's making it a play. He's making it fun to play in Detroit, and that's the guy I would want to play for. So yeah, man, the way they beat Minnesota, I mean, Minnesota's gonna have to lose a few. It's inevitable. It's a divisional game. It's tough, and I think they're on a three game win streak too.
I
So
think the fact that they
I
were
gotta play them this week. I gotta play them this week, man.
I think the fact that Vegas opened with Detroit as favorites is disrespectful to Minnesota. So,
I think so
in
too.
my opinion, and I always say Vegas knows what the hell they're talking about. They use so many algorithms and whatever to figure this shit out. That's how they're so good. That's why Vegas has won more than you people have. You know what I mean? So the fact that they already know Detroit's better than Minnesota, like that's telling to me that Minnesota is a potential for like a one and done team in the playoffs. Like they're gonna get the 2 seed, maybe the 3 seed, depending on what the Cowboys do. They're gonna have to play Washington. I'll take Heineke. I'll take Taylor Heineke over Kirk Cousins. Like I'm not even lying. Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback, but to me, he doesn't have that raw passion for like playoff football to me. So I'll take Heineke. I saw him go toe to toe with Tom Brady. I never heard of him, and then he goes toe to toe with Tom Brady.
He's got heart. And another thing is like Jared Goff. We've always said he's a good quarterback. He's playing like he should be there. Like Lions shouldn't be looking for a quarterback in the draft. That's for sure.
They need to work on that defense.
Work on that defense and get some better players. But Jared Goff, I'm not saying he's the truth, but he's playing like a solid one quarterback right now.
He's been to a we'll talk about Rex Grossman and Trent Dilfer. He's been to a Super Bowl as well. And I mean, we know Sean McVay did a lot, but he still has to go out there and make the plays, right? So he's been to a Super Bowl. Like he's not a bad quarterback, and they don't have to focus on that. But they have the Rams pick, and the Rams are trash. So Baker Mayfield is about to determine their fate.
Basically.
I don't know, man. But speaking of people I want to play for, though, like I want to get to our quarterbacks and our team situations real quick. So I know you got Mike White. I know you've been following along with the injuries and shit. Like, what's going on with him? And I saw they just moved Zach Wilson to number 2.
Yeah, Zach Wilson's moved to 2. I have no issue with that. Mike White's going to play next week. He's already cleared.
I heard his ribs is not good.
Yeah, his ribs are messed up. He took a pretty fucking hard hit. And you expect that against a Buffalo team. I would expect that coming for blood.
And a divisional game. And it was cold as shit out there.
Yeah. Mike White will be fine, I think. And Zach Wilson at 2, I'm okay with that. Flacco, he's basically the clipboard guy. I mean, he started off the season as a starter because I think Mike White wasn't ready to go. We're not 100% yet. But
my question to you, what if he gets in and he what if he does have to play Zach Wilson? Do you think the energy of the team is going to go back down again like how it used to be? Or do you think it's still motivated? Because I don't know that relationship that he had with them is just, I don't know. Like Zach Wilson is when he said when they asked, if it's he let them down. Like that was a personal attack to me. I'm like, bro, your defense did everything they could for you. So
They did, and that was a horrible answer. But it's been 2 weeks since that, and you got to go in the locker room with these guys all the time. I'm sure he's doing everything he can to repair it. I'm sure he's not the kind of guy that looks isolated. I look at like the videos all the time, and it shows him with players. So there looks like there's good rapport there with the
but you
team
know,
if he needs
he don't got the
anything.
relationship with Garrett. Yo, Garrett Wilson looks like a first round draft pick now. All
He
of a sudden,
does.
he
He
looks
does.
like he looks the part now, and he was not looking like that in the early part of the season. So that's a huge relationship that you need to have because your defense is good. It's your offense that you need to get into gear.
Yeah.
And if Garrett Wilson is off,
No,
oh,
I mean, we'll say Corey Davis is having a good year too, man. Like under the radar. But I don't want to think about Zach Wilson coming in the game. If he has to come in the game, he has to. But it better be because Mike White is hurt. So I wouldn't want
that
them to
would
run
be the reason
back if
why.
he's not. Oh, absolutely, it would be. Or he's just playing horribly,
I mean,
and they're just like,
bad ribs hurt, bro. Like that's you do all your motion with when you throw the ball, all your ribs.
I know, but they already cleared him to play, and I trust our medical staff. Like our medical staff has not like kept a guy in that shouldn't have been in there. So it looks good to go. Mike White even said he's good to go. So he practiced today. But yeah, Zach Wilson of the two, it's whatever to me. I just don't want to see him in the game because I don't think he's going to win us ball games. I think that he's a liability when he's on the field, and it will cost you games because he threw for negative 24 yards in the second half of the last game he played.
Right, that was. You think
But
all right? How you feel about the rest of the season for your team? You think you got your last 4 games are the Lions, Jags, Seahawks, and Dolphins. Y'all are
yeah,
like right on the cusp of getting in and not getting in.
there's
So what do
no
you think?
there's no easy win there, and I was thinking, ooh, excuse me. I was thinking that the Lions are going to be an easy win. I was thinking that the Jags are going to be an easy win, but they're playing good football
Not
lately.
anymore, yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to be scrappy games. It's going to be defense is going to do its job. Defense is going to do its job. I'm not worried about the defense unless somebody gets hurt. Um, but offense has to be there. And Mike White, before he got sent out the game, he played a great game. He was playing a great game. He held them to 7 points at the half, and no problem there. Not a problem at all. So I got no issues with Mike White as quarterback. These are games they can win. The next 3 games for sure are games they can win.
That's the thing. They're games that they can win, but they're tough.
They're going to be tough. They're going to be tough, yes. But they can win those games. Those are games that they can win. They can outwit Dan Campbell, as much as I don't want to say that. They can outwit Dougie P. They can outwit Pete Carroll to beat it. But there's so many factors that are playing there. There's so many factors. Like the Lions are fighting for a playoff spot too. The Jags are fighting for their division right now. The Seahawks, Geno's coming back to New York. Wouldn't you love to stick it to that team?
Hell yeah.
And the Dolphins, like you already lost one of these jamokes. You want to lose the second one? Like, come on. They don't want to.
Yeah, that's tough, bro. That's tough.
It could very well come down to us or the Dolphins making it into the playoffs.
Because the Dolphins are slipping right now.
Dolphins have lost the last 2 games. We lost the last 2 games. We're 1 game behind the Dolphins. So anything is possible.
Damn. Oh, damn. I mean, even the Patriots are ahead of y'all in the standings right now. Because they got the tiebreaker on y'all. So y'all are like, that's bad for y'all. Y'all lost to the Dolphins and the Patriots, right? Already? So you won't have the tiebreaker in any of those situations.
We didn't lose to the Dolphins. No, we lost to the Patriots and the Bills. That's it.
Oh, okay. Patriots and the Bills. Y'all split with the Bills?
Split with the Bills, twice to the Patriots.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be tough. Y'all might see it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And then over to my side, just real quick. Yo, I like the Philadelphia Eagles. Like for real. You know what? How comforting it is, and you'll know the feeling when you have a bad quarterback. The way you sit and watch a game, you're sitting a little bit forward, like on edge, right? But when you have Jalen Hurts, bro, I sit down on my couch, reclined, like feet up and everything, because I'm like, yo, we solid, bro. Because we got that man at quarterback. Miles Sanders talked about it. He was like, Jalen Hurts, he's older than Jalen Hurts. Like Miles Sanders is older than Jalen Hurts, but in reality, Jalen Hurts is like 35 compared to Miles Sanders because they say he's like
Yeah.
an old soul. He listens to classical old music. He's like very calm and collected. He doesn't like he on the sideline. Like he's
Oh, you saw it. You posted the
bruh.
video of him on the sideline when the receivers were like
They
cracking
cut it
jokes and
up
shit. He was just
like skill players do. He he's stone faced. I'm like, God damn that man. So I like when you have somebody like him, I'm good. I'm solid. So
and I'm sorry, fuck Booger McFarland, what he said the other day on the show. Did you watch when he
I
was on
don't no
TV
Booger
talking about
McFarland. What you
Booger
say?
McFarland said that he has no respect, or he 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 didn't say he didn't have respect for Jalen Hurts, but he said Jalen Hurts doesn't do anything for him because the way he lost to the Bucks in the playoffs last year. Dude, this dude is playing out of his mind. This
Are
dude is
you
playing out of
kidding
his
me?
mind. I'm
That's what
not
he
kidding
said.
you. He he said, and everybody clowned him. Scheffner clowned him. Who else was out there with him on the
Randy
show?
Moss,
I don't think Randy Moss is there. I can't remember. They all were clowning him. They were like, "You got to be kidding me! This kid's playing out of his mind, and is an MVP candidate right now." So you can't blame a man for that. And on top of that, like that team had holes in it this year. They
bro. We
filled all
had no
those holes and got
receivers. We had
yeah,
Devontae Smith, and
exactly.
that
And
was
he's
it.
still made the playoffs.
You put the best corner on the Bucks on our rookie receiver in his first playoff game on the road. Who is he throwing the ball to? Like, yo, that
Exactly.
playoff. The way I know it looked bad, it did. It was, but the
Oh yeah, it was horrible.
circumstances made it that way. Like that was a tough place to be in. Like you're under duress all game. Your best receiver is being blanketed, and you have nowhere else to throw the football. Like you're running for your life. So like I never gave up on him because of that game. I was like, this is tough. But when it came to his leadership, I saw year one as a rookie. I was like, oh, this dude, he gonna take that man's job. Carson Wentz, that man gonna take your job. Like, because you can just see how the team. It's like kittens and the cat or whatever, right? How they all go to the cat because they need that cat and they just look up to the cat, right? You know what I mean? Like they need it. The way those players look up to Jalen Hurts is like they look at him like he's the boss. Like he runs shit on that team, and to be better not cross him. So the respect they have for him and the respect that they have for Nick Sirianni and back. Like Nick Sirianni, same with Dan Campbell. Nick Sirianni loves his players, bro. Like I see his post
Yeah.
game shit, like I said, and he was doing the victory speech. He was like AJ Brown over 1,000 yards, Miles Sanders over 1,000 yards. Like he's like calling them out, like calling out every player that did well, and you could just see the teams just like they all root for each other. So when you have that kind of cohesion, and the coaching staff is solid, like Gannon is doing well on defense. Offense coordinator, I can't even pronounce his name. He's doing fine on offense. Special teams now, our punt returner is now playing well all of a sudden. So we got all three phases. We got Jalen Hurts. I feel good.
You should. The Eagles look good. They've looked good all year, even when they have the one loss against a divisional opponent. It's inevitable to happen.
That was just a fluke. That was just a fluke game.
Regardless, whatever. Like perfect season, can't be cocky. Can't at the end of the year win it all.
Yeah.
Win it all. Win it all. They'll remember you when you win it all. Like,
yeah,
they'll remember if you went, untouched, whatever. But that's 1 in a billion chance that could happen. And any given Sunday, anything can happen, especially against a divisional opponent.
Yeah.
They go up. Look what the Lions just did. The Lions
Bruh, favored. They were favored. Like it's crazy.
Insane.
All right. So let's move on to Yo Sport. Yo,
My,
sport, baseball.
oh, we talking baseball now.
Yeah,
The
people was
hot
getting paid. People been
people are
getting
getting
paid.
paid. People is getting paid, and people are waiting to see who goes where to get paid. So you can thank your little boy Trey Turner signing with the Phillies, so Carlos Correa
Price
can get
tag went up.
shit. Yeah, 13 years. What was it 13,360 or something like that?
Who Carrera?
350. Yeah, 350.
Yeah, so I actually have I have all the salaries up right now that are on Sports Track. That shows everybody's deal. So first of all, so yo, Aaron Judge is 30 already. That
Yeah.
that shit blows my mind, bro. I thought he was like 25.
Nah, he was a late call up.
Yeah, like his 9 years in the league. Like it's like damn.
Yeah.
His average salary is $40 million a year, bro. 40 mil. 40 mil. Correa is 26. Dog, 40 mil, 26. But he's getting $26 million for the next 13 years. My man's gonna be playing shortstop at 41. Bro, they gonna hate that deal, dog. They gonna have to Bonilla him or something, bro.
They'll hate it, or they just move him to first or something, or second
Yeah.
or something. It'll happen. It'll play out. They do this because they have. You got to give their agents their dues, man. Their agents talk them into this thing, and teams are just
Hey,
like, we'll buy into
get
it.
that bread, bro. Get that bread.
They'll do it. Like Judge will eventually become a first baseman, most likely, or just a DH, kind of like Big Papi. So
Yeah. He has to be the big poppy for that team now.
yeah, man. But he sells the tickets. He puts the people in the stands,
He got New
man.
York on his back.
He
You know how like Derek Jeter looks like a New Yorker? Yo, this man looks like a New Yorker to me. I know he's from California, but his solid build, I'm like, bro, that dude's from Queens, bro.
yeah,
Like
man.
that's how I look at him.
Yeah, he's the city loves him, man,
Yeah.
and they should. So pray it all pans out, man. But yeah, there's a lot of players that are getting paid now.
Speaking about we talk about Big Poppy. How should Red Sox fans feel today?
Oh, I check in with Vic and Sammy every day, man.
Is it bad?
It's bad, man. Like the the faithful are really like going in on Kyle Bloom, man. They hate him. You couldn't retain. So you get there as the GM, and you immediately get rid of Mookie Betts for no All Stars.
Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts, yeah.
Come on, man.
You get rid of him for no All Stars. I mean, Alex Verdugo is good, but he's not Mookie
Yeah,
Betts.
he's not Mookie Betts.
And then you get rid of a generational shortstop that's been there forever with that team, who's paid his dues at playing third, and then put him in the shortstop position. He's been locked down for years and years that he's been there, and he's batted 300, and he's hit at least 25 homers, and driven in at least 80 RBIs every season. Like the guy is good, and you let him walk. You don't pay that man. I mean, maybe they're high on this kid Jeter Downs, but I mean, I'm
Right.
not.
Xander Bogaerts, bro.
It's Xander
Xander
Bogart.
Bogaerts you don't let somebody like that go for nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Red Sox fans have to be upset. They whiffed on a lot of shit. They went and signed one of the Japanese players, which
Yeah,
is,
I mean, does that make up for anything? Like he's okay. I mean, his stats
no,
look great. I get it, but
that's over there. Does it translate over here? Like it's a dime
exactly.
a dozen. I mean, historically, a lot of the Japanese players that come over here, they do very, very well. But it's not a proven thing until you get to see it here. Not in Japan. Japan, it's not the same type of competition over here. So no, it doesn't. Because when you look at that lineup now, JD Martinez is still a free agent. He's not there anymore. And that should be your everyday DH. Like that guy should still be there and should retire Red Sox. I don't care what you say.
Right.
Xander Bogart should have been back. At first base, it's a toss-up. It's really anybody over there. At second base, it's another toss, or it's whoever over there. Shortstop, you're probably gonna have Trevor Story playing there, which is a good shortstop. You'll have him there. And we guessed this last year, talking with Townie, we thought this is what was gonna happen. Trevor Story, if they can't retain Bogarts, Trevor Story will take over that. But still, that's like you just ripped out my heart, and now you're
they gonna lose Devers too.
They better not if
Bro, if they lose Devers, it's
Mhm.
over, bro. Like their
Yeah.
fans are gonna hop off a cliff.
And historically, they're a team that are kind of like the Yankees. They buy big
And that's why,
players.
dog. I forgot who I asked. Like, did I ask? I don't know if I asked you last week. Like, are the Red Sox broke?
They're not broke.
Like, dog. Fenway Sports is a pretty damn big deal.
It is. I think they're still cleaning up from Dombrowski deals. I could be wrong.
They got Liverpool on the pay on the whatever on the bill. Liverpool.
Yeah. I know. So it comes down to like the Bucks and Manchester United type of thing now. Like the Bucks aren't a historically good franchise, the Red Sox are, but it's tough, and you don't want to see that happen with the team. I mean, I don't give a fuck the Red Sox, but at the same time, it's tough to see that happen. Just watch them fall out of contenders to being just mediocre teams.
Yeah, well, you have like staple teams and leagues. Like we want the Knicks to be good. We want the Lakers to be good. We want Boston to be good. You want the Yankees to be good. You want the Red Sox to be good. You want the Dodgers to be good because you like if the Oklahoma City Thunder have a good year, yay. If they have a bad year, oh well. Like no one cares about the Oklahoma City Thunder, right? No one's their viewership is not like the NBA's viewership is not going up because of Oklahoma City. Boston though,
Yeah.
like, bruh,
Yeah.
they can't they're a staple, bro. Like they need to be in contention for the AL East every year. Like the Rays should not be this much better than the Red Sox right now from organizational standpoint.
No, absolutely not. And I think if I give a hat off to them right now, I'll give them to making the bullpen better because their bullpen was atrocious last year, and this year they've added 3 good arms to that bullpen. So the bullpen should be a little more, complete now with those players there. But as far as your hitting, that was a big thorn in their side. Yeah, some guys like Christian Arroyo stepped up and did good to fill in, but you lost Christian Vasquez. You could have got him back. They could have got Christian Vasquez back, and they whiffed on that. So now your catcher is a mystery. It's Wong, or I don't know who it is. It's going to be. Guy sucks there. First base, they have that guy Cassis in the minors, and then they have Dahlbeck, who's a horrible first baseman. And second would probably be Arroyo. Or Kike Hernandez could play second. I don't know, man. They're
I like
scary.
Kike. He's good.
Oh, he's good. He's a very good player. Doesn't have a good batting average, but when you get to the playoffs, he lets you know he's a World Series
big dog to me.
But yeah, man, they're I don't get them. They should be spending. They should be going after some of these players. If you wanted to win the fans' hearts back, you would have went and got Carlos Correa, and I would have hated to see him in a Red Sox uniform.
That would have been the move. That would have been
it would have been an upgrade or at least the same for the Red Sox. But you've got youth on his side. You have championship caliber as well coming in again. And you've got a more powerful bat and I think a stronger arm and less errors now, in my opinion, from him. So it is what it is. They got some work, man. The Blue Jays are spending more money than they are, which is insane. And I don't get it. I just don't get it.
And then like the Giants, they got Ross Stripling and they got Correa. Henniger. San Diego's been spending bread, bro. I mean, Xander Bogaerts alone. That's
you want to hear the new hot take about San Diego?
What's up? This cartel money?
Xander Bogaerts. Not cartel money. I don't know where they get this money from. I really want to know. Like,
it's cartel money, bro. I'm telling you, it's cartel money. That's some money, bro. We're gonna see a 30 for 30 in like 30 years about the cartel winning the Padres.
This is a new thing I'm seeing with the Padres. I think they're like wanting to kick the tires on Fernando Tatis. I think they're wanting to kick the tires on Fernando Tatis. I think they're over his shit.
They're gonna. I mean,
we were fielding offers for Fernando Tatis because you're getting Bogaerts, who's a shortstop. So when it's all said and done, Fernando Tatis has to serve, I think it's like 30 or 40 games. for his suspension. Maybe it's more. I'm not
I
100%
think it's
sure.
more.
Maybe it's 60. Maybe I think it's 60.
No, it wasn't that deep
Um,
in the season. It wasn't that deep. So probably like
I think
50, 40.
it's somewhere. It's
Yeah.
like 30, 40, 50, 60, something like that.
Yeah.
So when he comes back, I mean, the everyday shortstop's going to be Bogarts. They're going to move the Korean guy. I forget his name. Song, I think is his name, or something. They're going to move him to second.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're going to move Cronenworth to first because Josh Bell is gone. Hosmer is gone. Oh, Hosmer, that'll be the first baseman for the Red Sox next year if they keep him. Oh no, he signed in, so yeah, he was there. So what happens when Tatis comes back? They're projecting him to play left field, is where they're
Oh.
projecting him to play. Put him in the outfield.
Oh.
Now, what does that do for your chemistry of your team? You have Manny Machado and him that were like lights out right there on the left side. So now you want to put me in left field? Do you think he's that kind of player that will buy into that?
So you
I
think
don't think
they're
so.
just
And
doing to piss him off?
I don't know. I don't know. I think they're pissed off that they had a good team to make a deep run in the
They
playoffs,
were
and
going
you
for
get
it all. When they made that move,
and you get pop up some stupid PEDs,
yeah.
some stupid
Bro, they
PEDs.
were going for
And,
they went in when they got a homeboy from Washington. They're like, oh,
and
we
they got
all in now.
yeah. So now I think there's just so much firepower there that you're just like, we don't really need this kid. We can get this off
But
the books. And
but imagine if you still had that kid though. That's different. Like he
yeah,
could be there or he could not be there. I'd much rather he be
could
there
you
for me.
imagine? Could you imagine him on the Yankees though, man? If the
Bro,
Yankees
hell no, I don't
pulled
want to see
something,
that shit. Y'all be
I
annoying
don't
to
want.
watch for the
I
next
want.
10 years.
I want to see it, but oh
He looks
man,
like more of a
it would
Boston
be.
kid to me.
He could
He
keep
looks
his
like a
hair. He
Boston
could keep it
kid.
good. Maybe Boston knows something we don't know, but I know the Yankees were in contact to try and pry him from the Padres, and the Padres were listening to an offer for it. But I think they'd be stupid to get rid of them. And I think also you put, if it's me, you're putting Tatis at short, you're moving Bogarts to second, and whoever can play first. But you can't give up that spot to that kid. He had the keys to the city. Like, this is my biggest problem with
Yeah.
sports, and I preach this all the time. Is that we're quick to forget. We're quick to forget. It's more like, what are you doing for me now? I know
It's
this
that memory. It's called a recency bias.
exactly, and I think with what Fernando Tatis did, yes, it's unfortunate, but could it have happened later in the season, or could it have been later in his career, like when he's in his like late 20s or something? He's a kid still, man. I don't think he's 23 yet.
He's already
So like this happened.
fucking up.
Yeah. But you've got the right guys around him. You've got the Manny Machados. You've got Blake Snell. You've got all these veteran
Rich
guys
guys,
around
they all
him.
rich.
Rich too, and they're rich for a reason.
Yeah.
They're super rich for a reason. So you've got these guys that buy in on him. Like, this is his team. This isn't like Manny Machado's the best player on that team.
Yeah,
but it ain't
still.
Manny Machado's team. Juan Soto may be the best player on the team, but it ain't Juan Soto's team. It is Fernando. When you think of the San Diego Padres, you better think of Fernando Tatis as that face.
He's the
Now,
guy on the
there's a whole
video
different
games. He's the one on the commercials. He's the one that sells tickets. He's the
He
guy.
is. So you can't forget about this guy. And I hate when teams do that and they're like, oh yeah, we can do that. It's not a
That's
good
what I'm
look for the
saying.
organization.
Why would I get rid of him when I can have him? I'll hire somebody to we gotta like Jerry Jones hired somebody to tail Des Bryant everywhere. Everywhere. So Des Bryant never got in trouble because he has a watcher over him 24/7. If you can get that done for Fernando, if you really value him and you want him to be on your team still, y'all can make a really deep run, like for real, you better have him and figure it out. Like, don't be fielding no offers, especially not to the Yankees. Like, hell no. Philly, that's it. We'll put up with him.
Yeah. I have no gripe with the Padres. I just always think it's funny that every year they go all in to get stuff and they still can't beat the Dodgers. Well, they did it this year. They beat the Dodgers without Fernando Tatis.
Couldn't get
and they
past
came
your
up
boy.
They couldn't get past the Phillies. But
Can't get past your boy.
but at the same time, I have no gripe with them. The last thing I want to see happen to them is them go back into the cellar like they've been for a very long time. So I'm happy with the moves they're making, but if they are trying to unload Tatis, that'll be
I
something.
don't
That'd
believe that
be.
for a second.
I mean, I don't either, but I'm just saying, like, I watch Twitter and I watch the real talking heads that say the right things,
They got blue check
and the
marks.
beat, huh?
They got blue check
Oh
marks.
yeah,
They
they got blue check.
verified.
They got blue check. They're definitely verified. But I follow the Yankees beat writer, and he said that they were fielding an offer for Tatis, but the Padres wanted way too much.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't pull that. I
If
wouldn't
you're
pull the
gonna
move on
trust
that.
any kind of reporter, you trust the beat writer. Like they
Yeah,
that the beat writers what got Antonio Brown kicked out of Tampa Bay or in trouble for sexual assault, whatever he did, and the text messages, like that's all beat writer shit. Like they putting out
yeah.
stories.
Just don't trust John Heyman. That's the only guy I don't trust because he don't report that shit. Aaron Arson Judge and bullshit like that, man. But baseball is going to be interesting. It's a whole different lay of the land this year. And we said the same thing last year. Like a lot of players are
Yo,
moving, and
basketball
another guy that's
basketball had both baseball and football had their clocks turning into the head like, yo, we need to be like the NBA. There's deals left and right every year. It's like Supermax here, Supermax here, sign a deal here, big three. Football was like, yo, we gotta do the same thing. Now in football, you see players go everywhere. Quarterbacks is getting swapped left and right from like major
yeah.
organizations to mega organizations. I mean, Peyton Manning got traded. Tom Brady's with the Bucks. Like crazy shit's happening in football. Baseball, the last couple of years, been the same shit. Like the hot stove has gotten for real. I've never enjoyed it more than ever, like how I'm enjoying it now. I was like, bro, I'm waiting to see how many years this dude's about to get. 15 years,
Because
goddamn.
your team is active. That's why when your team is active, you
Yeah, that
love it,
too.
man.
That too. That it
You
helps
don't
too.
want
Yeah.
you don't want to be on a team that like they're just sitting back and like, oh, and we signed
Oh, that's
um
the Rays, bro.
George Grant. George
That's the
Grant is
Rays,
playing
bro.
third.
Like the Rays are boring to follow during this time of year. We
They,
like they letting
surprisingly,
players go, good players go.
no, I mean the last 2 years, yes, they have been, but before, dude, they made some crazy trades. Like when they dealt Chris Archer away, I was like, well, there goes their pitching staff, even
But
though
they
he's on
figured
the
that shit out
downfall.
quick.
But they got Austin Meadows, who was a top prospect in baseball, and they got Glass now, and they got another guy,
Yo, next
and
year they're rolling out Glass now and McClanahan 1 and 2, bro. Oh, that's about to be filthy, bro.
it might be, and they got
Zach
Archer back
Eflin.
though.
They got Zach Eflin, bro. Yo.
Zach Eflin ain't nothing, bro. That's the
No, they
highest
about to be
contract.
dealing out there, bro.
He may become a Cy Young guy. You never even know,
He
man.
about to be
They
dealing out there, bro. I'm telling you, Tampa Bay gonna have that shit on lock.
yeah. I'm excited to see what other moves the Giants make, because now you've solidified yourself that Correa is going to be your cornerstone. So what do you do with Brandon Crawford, who's been there forever, who won you 2 World Series? They're probably going to slide him to the two.
Bro,
Maybe even
The NL West is like an arms race. Like that's how it is. Like that's the only way you can survive out there. Like it's like a legit.
except
Like you need to get
except the
big guns
Padres,
out there.
except the Pod. I mean, not the Padres. The Diamondbacks and the
Yeah, but
Rockies. They're
we
they're
talk
not.
about the big three:
Yeah,
Giants, Padres,
yeah.
and
The
Dodgers.
Giants.
They contracts getting signed.
Yeah, the Giants will fall off and then they'll come back every year. Like it's inevitable.
Yeah, it's
They
like
just got
their
to figure
mood.
some.
What's their mood like today? Like, we'll suck this year. 107 wins. We'll suck. 98 wins. Like
Yeah.
this.
Next big face that should sign soon should be Rondon. That should be the next guy to get signed. So it's curious to see where
What
he's
are
going
his
to end up.
rumors?
New York is high in on him. The Giants are still in on him.
The Mets got
I
money to
think
spend because they were about to get Correa last night. So the Mets must have like a
Mets are
plan.
clowns, bro. The Mets are clowns. I don't know where they have
I
this
think
money
the
to.
Red
Let me
Sox
see.
might be letting Bogarts go. They got money to spend too.
Giants, Twins, Rangers, Dodgers, Red Sox, and Yankees and Cardinals are all in on Rondon. Um, I think the Dodgers are out now that they signed Seringard. So
Yeah.
Thor's with the Dodgers now.
God,
So
he goes from LA to Philly back to LA. I'm like, bro, stay on
he
one
needed that for his
coast.
career. He needs to he's such a dominant pitcher. He needs to give
Yeah,
it that back. And I think his training staff and with the Mets, just like I've been saying, that's why Jacob deGrom left.
yeah,
All of those big name starters that have been there with the Mets are gone.
yeah.
Wheeler's gone.
But
Thor's
DeGrom,
gone.
bro, we got
But what
Wheeler.
did I tell you?
Yo, we have Syndergaard and Wheeler.
But what did I tell you about that training staff? The pitchers have no faith in it. So they're out of there, not for the payday because they want to pitch.
Bro, that's
And then it just
trash.
so
Bro. That's
happened
trash. That's a clown.
Thor
That's a
hurt him.
clown show.
Yeah, and then Thor hurt himself and tried to revive his career with a 1-year contract with the Angels, and the Angels,
They
what
said no
pitchers do they
thanks.
really produce?
One man's
There's
trash,
no
another
pitchers
man's
there.
treasure.
Outside of Otani, there's no pitchers. They don't really make pitchers in LA. So if you want to be a pitcher and get revived, there's 2 places you go to. There's only, or maybe 3. There's 3 places. One is the Los Angeles Dodgers, because wherever they put you, you're going to be an ace. Doesn't matter who you are. The Tampa Bay Rays, there's no pressure. And the third, which has always been my dark horse, is the Oakland Athletics. They will turn you into a pitching stud there.
Oakland would do the same shit.
Ship your ass away. It will ship your ass away quick as hell. So, I mean, due time. I'm curious to see where all these guys are going to land up. I can't wait for baseball season next year because I'm super excited for spring training.
When you have a strong free agency winter, it makes the spring that much more exciting. To like, you're like, oh, I can't wait to see how this plays out on paper. I mean, off of paper and on the actual field, on the, what y'all call it, the field, the pitch, the turf, what y'all call that? The diamond, right?
Diamond.
Yeah. Like, we got to see how this shit really looks. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. All right. Move on. Last but not least, Sunday, 10 a.m. The baby GOAT versus the real GOAT. And I know A-Rod's a Ronaldo guy. That's cool. But we know Messi, bro, when Messi wins this shit, he putting the stamp. It's over, bro. Like I called it. Y'all heard me. I called it.
He said it.
I know what I'm talking, bro.
He said
it. To me, it's so like, it's either they could have had Ronaldo versus Messi, but it's just 2 old farts. But you know how some of it's rigged or whatever? It's like, yo, we got to do Mbappé versus Messi. The teammates, bro.
The only thing with Ronaldo and Messi is Ronaldo won't change his style of play, and that's unfortunate. Messi has definitely changed his style of play, and that's why Argentina is where it's at.
You know what the difference of that is? That's like Carmelo Anthony is like Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Excellent scorer. Yeah. All they can do is score. That's it. Whereas LeBron modifies his game every year. Sometimes he's playing power forward. Sometimes he's playing shooting guard. Sometimes he's guarding the tallest guy on the team because he's adjusted how he needs to play. That's how I see Messi.
That's a good analogy.
That's how I see Messi.
That's a good analogy. Both played the sport very, very well. This is Messi's chance to win a World Cup. But I'll be honest with you, man. Like, Argentina would not be there if it wasn't for Messi, because he's literally put the team on his back.
Yeah.
And said, get in my backpack.
Facts.
I mean, he scored 1 goal against Croatia, and then the other 2 that were to Julian Alvarez were assisted by him. So,
bro, his beautiful pass, that third one, beautiful
pass.
Bro.
Beautiful
it was that his footwork, the way he controlled his body. I was like, bro, this dude is different. He's 38 or something like that. He old, bro. He out there looking like he's 22,
35,
35,
like 35 or 30. He's not 38 because Cristiano Ronaldo's 37. Yeah, man, it's gonna be an exciting World Cup. Once again, right. huge PSG fan over here, so I get to see once again 2 friends go up against each other, and Messi and Mbappe both play for PSG. And it's gonna be good. I still got France to win it, because I feel like I got more firepower.
They're a better team, let's be honest. Yeah. We all know France is a better team.
But you still can't sleep on. You still can't sleep
Messi,
on,
bro.
You do got Messi. You do got
That's what you
Messi.
got, bro.
And the goalkeeper for Argentina, he hasn't seen a lot of shots his way. I think they
Yeah,
said that was only seen like 5 shots his way in the World Cup or something like that.
yeah.
It's insane to know that they've been on attack the entire
That
time.
that
So
back end has been holding up, and they on the attack all game long.
yeah, so Croatia versus Argentina 3-0. It was a hell of an ass whooping. Croatia just kind of showed their age in this World Cup.
I mean,
They're
that's back to back semifinals. I mean, that's
yeah,
semi. What do you call it? What do you call it in NCAA? The Final Four.
semifinals,
I said
Final Four.
semifinal,
Yeah,
Final Four. Yeah, because the last time they were in the championship game, this time they're in the Final Four. Like that's a lot.
yeah. They're a good squad, man. Like Croatia, they play very well together, and to knock off a Brazil team that was the favorite to win it all
Yeah,
is big. That's big, man. I'm a huge Brazil fan. They choke big time. But Croatia, this game, the youth of Argentina definitely outplayed them.
of course.
Um, and it's unfortunate because it's Luka Modric's last World Cup, most likely. He's 37. I don't
Yo,
think
it's
he's gonna
crazy.
come back for.
Ronaldo's last World Cup. This is Messi's last World Cup. Like, there's a few guys.
Yeah,
It's like some few guys from like our era. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
last World Cup.
yeah. They just didn't look like they had it. Argentina came out the gates really quick. And Jay Alvarez, man, I'm proud of him. He can be really good. He could be a really good player, but um, he needs to get more playing time at Man City. That's for sure. So
He's got
we'll see what
next.
happens. Um, he ain't gonna get time over Holland though. That's for sure. And
Of
and
course.
Sterling and the other guys there. But France and Morocco, that was an exciting game. It was a hard one for me to watch because once again, I'm a big PSG fan. Hakimi is like one of my favorite players, and Mbappe, of course, is one of my other favorite players. So watching those two go against, they're like best friends. It was like, let me tell you
I
about
like watching
us.
Africa. France is Africa,
Yeah,
bro. Like I like to watch
France is
Africa,
Africa
bro.
too.
They're
Was and
fun.
I
They're
was and
fun
I
to
was
watch.
as much as I'm a France fan, like I was rooting for Morocco to win this game for Sammy. Like this is a big one for Sammy and for Africa and whole for the first African team to make it to the semifinals, which is insane. But for a first African team to make it to the World Cup would have been crazy. And Morocco's just been putting people on notice. And if there's anything that I want soccer fans to know is like pay attention to these African countries. They are fucking good every year. Just because they get kicked out, sometimes in the quarterfinals, the round of 16, like they're
I
still
blame
good.
all that
And
on
Morocco,
coaching, by the way. They don't have the best coaches. They have
they don't. This
amazing
year
talent.
Morocco have the right one.
They have amazing talent. A lot of these specifically these West African countries,
Yeah,
Cameroon, Senegal, Nigeria, Ghana, they have amazing talent. I feel like all their coaches suck. They don't make the right adjustments. They just fold. They don't look. They have that look of
Cameroon's coach
concern,
is good.
like
I
when it's
like
bad.
Cameroon's coach. Cameroon's coach is a good coach. But this year Morocco did it right. They had the right coach, and everybody knew their role. And it was unfortunate for Morocco. They fell short 2-0 to France. And it also sucks that their captain went out. What's his name? Saiss, something like that. Saiss. He went out with a quad injury. He was hurting, so they take him out. And that happened in the first like I think 10 minutes of the game. They saw it, they took him out immediately. That just sucks that you can't play that game for your country. But yeah, man, France is France is down two big players on their team. They're not playing with Paul Pogba and they're not playing with Kareem Benzema.
Yeah, but
And
Pogba has been annoying the last year and a half or so.
don't diss my dog. That's probably my favorite player.
Yeah,
Pogba, he's just hurt. He can't play, and so is Benzema. And if Benzema was playing, you wouldn't be able to see Claude Giroux fucking take off like
Giroud's a
he is because he
dog.
would have been he would have been coming off the bench because he's old as fuck now.
Yeah,
So he's still balling though.
he's a
He's showing
dog.
that he can get it done. And he every time I watch him play, like whether it was the European Cup or the World Cup, he's always stepping up.
Yeah.
He's never like had a bad game
He
that I've
got
ever
big game
watched.
energy. Like he
He
know big
does.
game. Oh yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, he's definitely there. So it's going to be exciting. At least we're going to have an exciting
Oh,
World
bro,
Cup
this
as
is
a
this
like
this is going to be a very like this might break some records on TV. Like this is going to be a very highly watched game. Even Ronaldo or Mbappe, either one of them versus Messi is like a perfect setup for like a story. You know what I mean? And sports writers love to write stories, and ESPN loves to have stories, and you know what I mean. So this is gonna. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun, man. This is gonna be hella fun. I got to figure out where we're gonna watch it at
regardless
though.
with the final eight, like it was all going to be a great storyline. Here were the storylines if all of the final eight made it to the World Cup and won it. Morocco, the first African country to win it.
Yep.
Messi and Ronaldo having GOAT bragging rights if they win it.
Yep.
Football finally coming home to England. France goes back to back for the first time in 60 years.
Yeah.
Neymar gives Brazil a 6-star. Modric retiring international football in style. Netherlands win it for the first time after losing 3 finals.
Yep.
Every one of those would have been great if
Yep.
any of those 8 teams would have win it all. So like
All stories.
I'm happy with it. I've not missed one game yet. Like I've been like up at 5 in the morning watching these shits when it was the beginning. I'm loving it, man. And my boss, like shout out to my boss. I just started a new job, and I'm going through training, and like he's like, "Hey, when the game comes on, you don't have to do any more work." And he'll be texting me about the game all day. I'm like, Jesus,
So
man, this is
I go into
insane.
the office a couple times a week. We have a TV in our office, and it's on the World Cup. Like they allow us to watch the game while we're working. Like the bosses allow us to watch it because they're engaged in the game too. Oh, what's the score? Oh, who just scored? So like the World Cup, yo, that shit shuts people up and makes people watch, bro. And now you have Mbappe and Messi. Oh my goodness. For a Sunday brunch, oh my goodness, bro. I'm about to
It's
be
gonna be
drunk in the
good.
mug, bro. I'm about to be drunk in the mug on Sunday.
It's good. I'll be out there with my France jersey. Don't worry. I'll be with my little France jersey, my Mbappe jersey, one of the two. Don't worry.
Messi
So
to go, bro. Messi to go.
I'm gonna put it. France wins, and I'm gonna put it on PKs, man. I'm gonna take it to PKs and say make it an interesting
I can
World
see
Cup.
that.
I can see France I can see France scoring in the beginning, and then I could see Argentina scoring, and then in the second half I could see France scoring again, and then I could see somebody, most likely Messi, involved in this play, scoring right at the last second. Two more 15-minute quarters, periods, and then PKs, man. And France choked in the Euros. I don't think they choke here.
Bro, we talking about Lionel Messi got something to prove. He's been hearing
He
this
does.
shit. This is like his, bro. Mbappe's 24. He gonna be to 3 more of these things, maybe more, maybe a 4th. But he's got a long way to go. He already got one.
Mbappe's 22.
He already got one. He's about to get more in the future because France is gonna be good for a while. This is Messi's like Michael Jordan 98. This is his like, yo, I'm about to win this shit. Michael Jordan 98, we knew that man winning the championship. There's no way. Utah has no chance. And Michael Jordan was like, yeah, Utah has no chance. So this is Messi's Jordan moment, bro. Like this is it. Like he ain't going out without that championship, bro. That championship is not leaving Qatar if it's not going to Argentina. Okay? So I gotta go with my dogs, Jordan, Michael Jordan, Lionel Messi.
Two different perspectives. I like it. So.
Mbappe about to be LeBron, so we'll see if he passes Messi or not. Oh.
We'll see.
So yeah. All right, it's gonna be fun.
Let's wrap up your show.
Gonna be fun. Looking forward to it. Let's get to some pick'ems real quick. Am I up still?
I meant to count them today and I forgot.
We gonna post these damn scores. I gotta see. Like we got
we're gonna post power rankings tomorrow as well too. So that'll be your good morning Thursday from me.
Cool. All right. Miami at Buffalo. 2-game losing streak, Miami. At Buffalo.
Give me Buffalo because I need Miami to lose.
So you going with your heart and not your head. You said give you who,
Yeah,
Miami?
I'm going. No,
No,
give me
Buffalo?
Buffalo. Give me Buffalo. I need Miami to lose. That's what I meant to say if I didn't say it
So
right.
two was on a 2-game losing streak right now. It's at Buffalo. So if it's really cold, I gotta go with Buffalo.
Dude,
You know what? I'm gonna look at the weather.
the coach from Miami was spotted wearing like some shirt. What did he say on the shirt? Hold on, I got like a
Yo,
notification.
Sunday is gonna be a high of 33 and a low of 26, with a very high chance for precipitation and wind. Holy moly! I got to go with the Bills. I got to.
Mike McDaniels is vibing, rocking "I wish it were colder" shirt at practice before Saturday's frigid game in Buffalo. Yo, I love this dude though. I
He's
love him.
I was clowning him during the summer when they made the hire. He's dope, bro.
I
He's
love
dope.
him.
I
Strikes at
can't
the
hate
right
that
height.
dude. I can't hate that dude.
I wish it was cold. I wish it was colder.
Listen, there's a 99% chance for precipitation, 73% humidity, 15-mile-per-hour wind during that game. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. They're gonna beat that South Florida
Bro,
ass.
they got a snowblower and Tyler Bass kicking field goals right now. Just wind coming at him.
Bro, we're talking about South Florida going up to Buffalo in December. We going with Josh Allen and
No.
them. All right.
Yeah.
This was protege versus the coach, Sensei. New England at Las Vegas.
Give me New England. I don't have
Damn,
faith. I don't have any faith in
we on
the
the
Raiders.
same page, bro.
Really don't have any
We
faith in
on
the
the same
Raiders.
page on that one. Belichick about to clown Derek Carr, bro. Yo, he's gonna make him look like a rookie, like for real, a rookie, bro. Belichick got that shit on lock. All right, a critical one. Once both of them fighting for the top of the division. Cincinnati at Tampa Bay. Joe B versus Tom B.
Cincinnati's all healthy, man. Cincinnati all day.
I'm going with
Cincinnati.
we might be going. I'm going with Joey B, bro. I'm sorry, Joey B. I don't care if that game's in Tampa, Cincinnati, Mexico. Joey B about to whoop that ass, bro. And I was explaining to somebody earlier, like Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. Brock, they said, "Come here, Tom Brady, come get this ass whooping real quick." We said Brock Purdy, bro.
It wasn't Purdy, that's for sure.
Joey B, who's already been to a Super Bowl, oh, he about to tear that ass up, dog. I'm going with Joey B on that one. All right. Next one. Good game, too. Tennessee Titans at LA Chargers. Both need these wins.
Give me the Chargers. They're healthy finally. They're all healthy, and Titans are clowns.
So this is the type of game that I would normally pick the Chargers. But whenever that type of game comes on the schedule, the Titans always find a way to win that game. It makes no sense. Like Derrick Henry runs for 234 yards, or Ryan Tannehill, throws 5 touchdowns. Like I'm going with the Titans, bro. Like they always win these type of games, and it never makes sense. Vrabel got them deranged or something, so I'm gonna rock with Tennessee on that one. Last one. The game ended in a tie the last time. And now it got flexed to the Sunday night football game. New York Giants at Washington.
Giants have really fell off, haven't they?
You saw that ass whoop with the Eagles put on them, right? Oof. Tore that ass up, bro.
Fuck, this is a neck and neck.
Literally, they just tied. Like they literally just tied.
They're at Washington. They're at Washington.
But bro, Washington don't have no kind of home field advantage. I'm sorry. That
No,
place
I know
is trash.
that, but give me Washington. I like Tyler Heineke, and I feel like we don't talk about Scary Terry enough. I really feel like we don't
He's a
talk about him
dog.
enough.
He's a dog. Like Carson Wentz had that man looking bad, bro. And then Heineke came back in like, no, bro. That's my wide receiver, bro. I got him. And you can see Terry McLaurin's body language is way different, just like Garrett Wilson, where Mike White's out there. It's way different. So you pick Washington. I'm inclined to pick Washington as well. But the Giants really had a chance to win that game. Like they were neck and neck, and Saquon wasn't even that healthy. With this kind of healthy Saquon, I'm gonna walk with I'm gonna rock with the Giants. The Giants. I'm gonna
Just
rock with
say
the
it.
Giants. Rock with the
I
Giants. I very well might be wrong, but it's Sunday Night Football. I don't know if they got the stones for that shit. Well, they did beat us on Monday Night Football. I'm going with Washington. Yeah. They showed out on Monday Night Football against us. So, yeah, I'm going with Washington. So, we only different on one this week. Not much movement, but, I'm going to probably extend my lead by one as usual.
You said Washington for the last one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Because, like, they going to show out on a big stage. But they going to show out. They going to show out. So, yeah, that's the show, bro. Wrap it
What
up.
you got? What you got it for advice? Oh yeah, duh. I gotta give you the links. Twitter, you can find us at fair_weather_pod. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Just search for the Fair Weather Podcast. You should find us there. And wherever you subscribe or listen to podcasts, you can catch the audio there. Now, words of advice.
Words of advice from your boy Suave today. Outwork the work. Outwork the work. That is New Year's is coming up. Resolutions, you got to start formulating them. But one of them should be outwork the work. Like whoever you're competing with for a job, for a promotion, for you trying to get his girl, some whatever crazy shit you want to do.
Come on, man.
I'll play. I'm playing. But whatever you want to do, you have to outwork the work. You gotta, if the work is waking up at 4 a.m., you gotta wake up at 3:45. Like outwork it. And that extra 15 minutes is the difference. Like at my job, I make sure that I'm one of the last people there, and I reach out to a random candidate because that candidate is going to be somebody that get a job. It's always that one person that picks up the phone at 5:46, random ass time, and that's the person that's well qualified, or that's the person that buys whatever you're selling. You know what I mean? So I'll work the work. That should be your resolution. Just get them shits ready. I'll work it.
I got brush your teeth, eat a healthy amount of vegetables every day.
Brush your teeth, and skip Kanye West songs on your iPad.
Yeah,
and your
let's. What did I say the other day? Yeah, that's all I got.
Skip them.